Hello there, this is Music Man 0150, also known as Gary, here with another video on vintage equipment. And what I'd like to show you is a Panasonic portable cassette recorder with AM/FM radio and auxiliary input. The model number on this is RX-TF550, and as you can see, it's a very compact unit per se, even though it's very long in length. As far as height goes, it's very small. So it's actually more long than it is tall. Most of your units that have the auxiliary input with the dual cassette deck and all the other features that I'll describe to you usually come in a bigger unit, but this is actually pretty compact except for the length of it. So let me go ahead and show you the features on it first. We'll zoom the camera in here a little bit, and then I'll tilt the unit forward so that you can see the top of all the controls that it has. Oops, sorry about that, I tripped over the tripod there. I hope I didn't knock anybody off there. Okay, alrighty, here we go. Now, okay, I think we got a pretty good shot there. Alright, now starting here on the left, right here, right around in here, we have the headphone jack, which is very nice to have. Most of your portable units will have a headphone jack if they're the real big ones, but again, as I said, what you're going to see on here is very nice to have on a compact unit that you would normally find on a big unit. So here we have the headphone jack. Over here we have a 3-band equalizer for adjusting the bass, the mid-range, and the treble. And then of course our volume control. And then moving over to the cassette decks, that's the play side, and this also has auto reverse. So on this deck here, the cassette will actually play both sides one time, or it will play both sides continuously. Starting from the left, we have the reverse direction button. So say if you wanted to flip the tape over, you can just hit that button and it'll switch sides. In fact, I'll demonstrate that. Over here we have the eject, stop, the fast forward, then the rewind, and the play, and then over here is the play once or play continuously on the reverse deck. I'm just looking here to see how this works. Okay, so if we have the reverse mode button in the up position, what will happen is the cassette will play continuously. If the button is pushed down, which I normally have it, then it'll play both sides one time and then stop. And then of course we have the record deck, which has our pause, our stop eject, fast forward, rewind, play, and then the record over here. And also too, if you have a cassette in the recording deck as well, and you have the reverse mode switch down, as you can see there on the camera. Let me just turn the camera a little bit so you can see it. If this switch is down here and you have a cassette in this deck, both sides of this cassette will play first, and then this side will play by pressing the play and the pause, which allows you up to 3 hours worth of music if you have 120-minute cassettes in there. So you can put two 120-minute cassettes in this unit, and have it play for 3 hours straight without making any changes. Okay, now moving behind the function buttons, we have some switches. Over here, right here, I do apologize for my hands. Over here we have the function switch, which allows you to select it from radio, tape, or auxiliary. So with the auxiliary, you can actually plug in your CD player or your iPod or MP3 player, and that would go right in here into these two jacks right here, left and right. So you can actually play your iPod through this or your MP3 player and not have to worry about external speakers if you have one of these kind of units. Over here is another function switch which allows you to record with microphone or dubbing at normal speed or high speed with 2 cassettes directly in this unit. So you can actually record live with a microphone that's built in, and let's see where that microphone is at, because they make it so small sometimes that you can't even see it. Let's see, where's that microphone at? Oh, it's probably here on the top somewhere. I'm probably overlooking it, so if I come across it, I will show it to you. But anyway, that's your record mode. And then over here, let me move the pan just a little more. There we go. Over here is your band selection for AM and FM stereo, and then of course our tuner. And notice that the tuner is a wheel rather than a knob. So if you're in a hurry to find a station real quick, I find that the wheel tuners are actually a lot easier to do that with than trying to turn the knob real quick. So, but that's the physical description of the unit. And as you can see too, it has 2 3-inch speakers for stereo sound. And there's also, if you look here over here on the left, let me zoom it back just a little bit so you can see. There. Right over here, right here, this is called a bass boost feature. So in addition to your lowest band of the EQ setting, you also have this bass boost adjustment. So like if this is pushed all the way to the left, you would still have control over the low band of the EQ, but your bass would be a little weaker, as opposed to this control being slid all the way to the right. And of course you can have it anywhere in between there too. You don't have to have it full extreme one way or the other. You can have it, you know, any way you like. It can be 3/4 of the way to the bass side, or 3/4 away, you know, from the bass absence side, you know, depending on what your preference is. So these controls are very flexible. So that pretty much covers the physical characteristics. What I will do next is give you a demonstration of some of the features.